Dudes, what's up? What's up, my dudes? Oh, I need to turn that light on. God damn it. Hold up, dude. Hang on. Oh. How's that? Is that better, dude? "96 people watching, but only 6 likes. That is disgusting. Okay? You bitches want to get cut? Huh? Goddamn hoes. You gotta put a bitch in place sometime, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's check the volume here, if we have any volume on this. Let's figure this out right now. Okay? Let me know. Let's start this. No sound? All right. Let's see what we can do here. All right. We might have to go old school. You know what I'm saying? The way we used to do it with sewer vision. Let's see. Everything's on. Everything is set to maximum audio. Let's see here. Let's try this garbage. How about now? Still nothing. All right. We're going to have to go old school, dudes. What can I tell you? This is a sewer. This is a sewer. You know what I'm saying? What are you expecting out here? Or down here? The lizards are trying to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? Messing with my levels. Wagyu Adventures continues to be a filthy, dirty rat. Guys, we're running a special today on channel memberships. For the low, low price of $2.99, you too can become a filthy, dirty rat and have access to members-only videos. Emojis, hand-drawn by yours truly. Guys, show them the emojis you get by being a member. Show them. Wait, we're gonna go old school, baby. We're gonna do it raw. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it raw. We're just gonna get down and dirty.
Looking forward to eventually getting back involved in things. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be MMA or boxing, but this is my first boxing match, and I decided to take on the champ. So I'm very excited.
Walk me through that decision. Why Chase DEMOOR? Why the champ? Why the GOAT?
I was speaking to Mams at Misfits for a while. I understood I had to become the CEO and take KSI's job. And then once that was done, we were talking about the roster of fighters. We want to become the biggest sports promotion in the world. And I think the best way to test the quality of our champions is to do it myself.
Misfits is never going to become the biggest promotion in the world. Right, dudes? Like, that's ridiculous. That's just crazy talk. Unless they fire every single influencer boxer on their roster. You know? You're never going to be taken seriously when you have idiots like KSI fighting. And I know he was fired as CEO, so maybe he never fights in that promotion again. But you know what I mean, those guys. Guys, Michael just sent in 5 juicy sewer bucks. He says, "Hey King, I collect knives, so I'm curious what blade you got there. Might need to send you another new blade." Oh my god, that'd be awesome, dude. Alright, so here's the thing. This is a Kershaw. I'd heard good things about them. Never owned one. I only buy cheap knives. Okay? Alright? Things are rough down here in the sewer. And these are like $35, and that is way too expensive. You know what I'm saying? With beef prices these days. But they had a sale for $12, and I bought it because it looks like a switchblade when it's out. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, dude, it's a little tough to flip it open. It's not an easy, I don't even get it every time. It's pretty tough. I lubed it up really good last night. I put a lot of lube in there, right into the hole. And then I took this screw and I unscrewed it a little bit. Still, I don't know if I can recommend it. It looks badass though. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in the middle of it, you know what I'm saying? And you need to pull this out to stab a fool, I don't want to be fumbling with that. You know what I'm saying? $12. No regrets, but I wouldn't pay full price for that. Thanks for the 5 sewer bucks, dude.
So I thought, he's a heavyweight champion. I want to be the heavyweight champion. Let's fight the heavyweight champion. There's not anything personal against Chase. He dislikes me, it seems. That's up to him. I'd fight anyone who had the belt. It's Chase. If it was someone else, I'd fight them. And I'm here to perform.
Why is this guy wearing sunglasses indoor? Huh? Why? Do you know how cringe that is? Unless you're an actual rock star, like you're Slash or something, that's not cringe. Slash can do that. Michael is offering to send me a knife. Can you have autos in your state? I assume so, because in my state, anything goes, not to dox myself. Pretty much anything is legal here.
I've trained 100%. I feel fantastic. In fact, I'm actually very surprised by how well training has gone, because I had some old injuries from long ago that have not flared back up. So I feel fantastic. And I'm there to perform on the night. I'm very, very excited.
JC says it's not personal. Do you think it's personal?
No, 100% it's not personal. This is the fight game. This is a part of it. And, the thing is Andrew, they say, don't meet your heroes. I really like him.
Dude, what is this hair? It might be hard to see because, the background is black and his hair is black. But do you guys see this little man bun? But it's afro hair, so it looks like somebody shaved off their pubes, put it into a lump, and stuck it onto the back of his head. Not to say a normal man bun looks good, because normal man buns are also fruity tooty. But this looks awful, dude. Like, this guy, he has no style. I mean, he has a style, but it's really bad. It's really bad. Those sunglasses are from 2002, maybe. And listen, I'm into retro stuff, but there are periods that you shouldn't draw from. Just because it's in the past doesn't make it vintage and cool. If you want vintage and cool, you got to go to 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Stop there. Actually, Y2K, for girls, not for guys. Guys looked terrible in Y2K. Like, terrible. Like the whole Smash Mouth look, short, spiky hair, and just terrible. But chicks during the Y2K era, they looked pretty good because they had their crop tops. They had juicy written on their bunguses, Ugg boots, and how can I forget tramp stamps, baby. Guys looked gay in the 2000s. I would say guys look gay now, and in the 2000s, they just looked cringe. I wouldn't look at a guy in the 2000s and say, oh, is this guy gay? But I would be like, ugh, dude. I look good in Y2K. Farron has sent some Y2K pictures back when we did her ratfish inspection. And that's what I'm talking about. That was a good era for chicks. 80s was a good era for chicks. Hell, even 60s and 70s was a good era for chicks. You know, those Woodstock hippies, they probably didn't wash their bunguses, but there was a certain charm to the hippie look on chicks. On dudes, they just looked filthy. No ass from the low-rise jeans. Dude, you either have an ass or you don't. The low-rise jeans don't take away your ass. It's just back then was before this whole ass obsession started. I mean, as far as it being enormous and these Brazilian butt implants and stuff.
Obviously, he actually got me through a lot of when I had the viral miss swing. Used to listen to him on podcasts, listen to him a lot. I am the definition of the young men that this man inspires, but it's one of those cases where it's like a full circle moment where the young generation that he inspired has to come back, and unfortunately he's going to have to answer for every bit of inspiration that he's instilled upon me. So nothing personal, but many have come, many have failed. I'm still the champ. 8 consecutive knockouts. Haven't seen the canvas. I'm all right.
Well, it's good that Chase believes in himself, because it wouldn't be a very interesting fight if he didn't. And it wouldn't be a very interesting fight if he wasn't training his best and believed he was going to win. And it wouldn't be a very interesting fight unless he was on Twitter running his mouth and trying to self-hypnotize himself that he's going to win. And sitting there and talking and endlessly talking about how he's going to definitely win and he has nothing to worry about.
Guys, do you think low rise was better? My thong was out. Oh my goodness. Do you think these guys coordinated their outfits beforehand? When are you getting a P.O. box so we can send you stuff? Dude, I would love that. Problem is, P.O. boxes around here, we're looking at like $45 a month, dude. Do you know how much my channel makes now? After they deleted it and gave it back to me, shadow banned. Have you seen how many views my last video got? It took 48 hours, 2 full days, to just barely crack 10,000 views. I'll remind you, my channel has 103,000 subscribers. It's rough down here in the sewers, baby. Do you think they coordinated their outfits to have this black theme? Okay, because they're all wearing black, but also like a couple of little girlies. Did they coordinate their jewelry? Look, it's all silver jewelry, and its sunglasses match. It's black with silver jewelry. Did they coordinate this? Can send you magic brownies with a P.O. box. Oh, thank you. But I have never done marijuana, and I'm not going to start now at the age of 19. But thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer, though. Sewer King is the only 19-year-old with a gray beard. Dude, listen, man. If your videos only get 10,000 views, you turn gray fast. 90% of these grays are from when they deleted my channel. The other 10% is my recent views. Dude, Andy sent 10 juicy sewer bucks in the currency of NOK. What's NOK? North Korean? Yeah, it's North Korea. I'll double check, but pretty sure that is North Korea's currency. Norwegian krone. Ah, okay, got it. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the support.
I'm old and I'm coming back and all this crap. That's what makes the fight interesting. So I'm very glad he's doing that as opposed to saying nothing. It's good for the brand. It's good for the video when I win. It's good for everything. So I'm very, very excited for the event. And perhaps I've just been in the game too long. But after 80-something fights, I understand that tweets don't matter and talking doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. It's all bullshit. What matters is the day. I've been interested in the day. I'm not interested in anything else.
JC says none of that talking you're doing matters. It almost seems like he thinks all that talking is insecurity coming from you.
I mean, a lot of people call it insecurity, but I've been in this fight game for a few years now, and I've never shut my mouth. I always say one day I'm going to find out. I've been trying to test the theory. I've called out much bigger people than, a 4-3 light heavyweight. All credit to him for winning a kickboxing championship however many decades ago in some promotion I've never heard of. But this is the real world. You're going up against a much bigger, heavier, taller, longer, faster, stronger individual, and I don't think that you're fast enough. I think that your IQ is fallen off a bit. You might have all the experience, 80-something fights, but I think the first thing that goes is your reflexes. I know you have a torn bicep. I know I've seen clips with your eyes. I've seen the pads. I've seen all of that. I just don't think you're a phenomenal enough athlete anymore to step in the ring with somebody like me.
Then why are you still nervous?
Oh, I'm not nervous at all. I'm excited. I'm raving about this. This is the moment where I tell people, in order to create stars, you got to give them a star moment. You've done a great job being the most Googled man on the earth and all this and that. But here's the thing is in order to get to your level, you have to beat people at your level. And I think a lot of people are giving you credit because you did win a lot of fights a decade ago when I was in high school and had a bedtime. That's not the case anymore. I know you got all the Bugattis and stuff, but listen, I'm coming for those Bugattis. I got a lot more to gain and you have a lot more to lose than I do.
These people think everyone that has a YouTube channel is a millionaire. Dude, do you want to look at my monthly earnings? It's full transparency down here in this sewer, baby. Let me show you this. Let me show you what we're working with here. Look at this. This is for a full month, dude. First of all, we can't even crack 100,000 views for the month, dude. Remember the good old days when we hit 1.7 million views in a month? Oh man, that was a good month. $691. Ever since I came back, when they gave the channel back after deleting it, I've only lost subscribers. I was at like 104,000 when I came back. Now we're about to fall under 103. You know why? Because YouTube doesn't show this channel to new people anymore. So if you don't show it to no new people, there won't be any new subs. And like any channel, as time goes on, you get an unsubscribe here or there. So if you're only getting unsubscribes because YouTube has shut you off to any new viewers, the channel is only going to get smaller and smaller. That's what they've done. That's what they've done to your king. You were getting 1,000 subs every video until the shadow ban. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like clockwork. I'd put out a video and I'll get 1,000 subs by the time I did the next video. Some weeks, dude, there'd be a week I'd get 5,000 subs. I think we did like 10,000 in less than 2 weeks once. And now just losing subs because they refuse to show it to new people. Oh, well. Oh, well. What can you do? What you can do is start a new channel. That's what you can do. It's the only solution, baby. When they destroy one sewer tunnel, you gotta dig a new tunnel, baby. You gotta dig a new tunnel. This is the new tunnel. Are you gonna join me in my new tunnel? Or are you gonna be a little bitch? You gonna join me in my new tunnel? Or are you gonna get cut like a little hoe? This stream is so gonna get taken down. Dude, the original JG with 2 juicy sewer bucks. And he says, make the sewer great again. Thanks for the support, my dude. Things, it's already great. It's already great. But YouTube has cut off the flow of new rats. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Let's get back to this face-off.
He's probably right there. I mean, I'm a very objective person. He has a lot more to gain, and I have a lot more to lose. I've given an effective, without disrespect, nobody a chance. And I've done that because I believe that I need to test myself, and I want to see the quality of the roster on Misfits. So he's right. And my brand perhaps is based on taking the biggest possible risks and putting my money where my mouth is and struggling and suffering and showing that I'm really about it. You know, to be top G and run your mouth and say certain things is very different than show up on the day and actually perform. So he's right about that. I have a lot to lose. He has it all to gain. When he's knocked out, he doesn't lose anything. It doesn't matter. It's all, you know, on me. But I understood that before I accepted the fight. And I also understand what he's saying. I mean, a lot of that would have been discussed in his camp, the cope, right? You know, he's old and he doesn't train anymore and his biceps torn and he hasn't fought for a long time and he's not a boxer. All that cope they would have been throwing around for a very long time. But we're going to see on the night, and I think a lot of people who believe in Chase, there's a lot of people on the internet who believe in him, which actually I find quite refreshing. I'd be very upset if everyone said this was going to be one-sided. I don't want that. I want people to believe he's going to beat me. And I want people to be surprised on the night because, you know, I've beaten bigger things than Chase. And I've beaten bigger men than Chase. And I've fought people with a lot more experience than Chase. And I've fought things outside of the ring much bigger than Chase. So I'm very, very excited to fight.
We just did a face-to-face out in the desert in front of these insane supercars. I was way out of place, but you two were right at home. We got to see each other sized up the first time. Chase, what did you see when you looked across?
I saw a guy that bit off more than he can chew. I think he didn't realize the scope of what he was getting into. I've fought in Giants and Kells. I've fought in experienced kickboxers in Tank Tolman, and they've all ended the same. He has nothing that I've not seen before. In fact, he's actually probably the smallest guy I've fought. The thing is we don't look at size. We don't look at technique. We don't look at anything. The only thing I look at is can he punch and can he take a punch? I've seen him quit in his fights. I've seen him get punched. I've seen him have eye problem, black eyes against guys like Fez Batista and Warren Spencer. Those guys aren't getting the job done. And I think that the guys that I train with, the guys that I spar with, the camp that I've had, I was so confident going into it that I knew I was going to win that fight as soon as they sent me the contract that he signed it. I could not believe it myself. So,
Do you think Andrew's underestimating you?
100%. I think Andrew's looking at me like I'm like a Jake Paul or a KSI or some YouTuber that doesn't train. The thing is like if anybody has a bigger ego, it's me. I had the missed swing that went around the world that everybody laughed at me. You know, I've spent to this day listening to people laugh at me and judge me off of that fight. And
he fought Trey Tilligman? Wait, do you mean the old UFC fighter with the caved-in chest or a different one? What's this guy's last name? Chase Hooper? DEMOOR. I don't see anything. Nate Diaz versus Chase DEMOOR fight? Oh, let's check this out. Okay, nothing happened there. Nate Diaz likes to throw water bottles, huh? That last guy was really cringe. Guys, I'm gonna see how many likes we have. It better be 200. There's 240 people watching. Only 140 likes. Are you guys ashamed of yourselves? Because you should be. Do I train? Dude, let me tell you what happened. Since we're talking about exercise. So last week, if you were here, you would know that I gained a massive amount of weight because I was dirty bulking. Remember, I was the 125-pound goat. And then I was going for the 135-pound belt. I kind of overshot it and ended up at 162.2 pounds. And it all went to my midsection. So then I started the sugar diet on this stream last week. For those of you who don't know, the sugar diet is where you eat sugar. So for the next 3 days, I just pounded sugar to lose weight, right? And here's what's crazy. After 3 days of suffering through the sugar diet, I got on the scale, okay? I got on the scale and I gained 1 pound. After dieting for 3 days, I gained 1 pound. Now here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing, dude. I measured my waist and I actually lost 1/2 inch on my waist. So I gained 1 pound while my waist got smaller. You know what that means? Pure muscle, bitch! For those of you who doubted my sugar diet, it's like steroids. Sugar is like legal steroids. I don't care about the weight as much as the waist. You understand what I'm saying? Your biceps got bigger. Is that even possible, dude? Is it even possible to get any bigger than this? Ow. But here's the thing. it was hard to sustain the sugar diet. I couldn't find enough stuff to eat. So it was a bit of a chore. It was a bit of a chore, I gotta admit. And I didn't want to keep it up. And I was getting cold. I was being very cold. Here's the thing. I've been cold like as far as I can remember. Just always cold. My fingers just icicles, right? But I didn't realize it because it was gradual. But when I became fat, when I was overeating during the dirty bulk and I got fat, my hands were no longer icicles. I'm not saying they were totally warm all the time. But when I got on the sugar diet, my hands went back to being icicles. And then I realized, what the heck? It went away when I became a fatso. Because people think, oh, if you're fat, you have a slow metabolism. If you're skinny, you have a fast metabolism. No, not necessarily. The more you eat, the more you rev up your metabolism, dude. Unless you're eating, seed oils that are bad for your thyroid. So you can be skinny and just cold all the time because your metabolism is dead. You've killed your thyroid from not enough food. So I thought, you know what? I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be struggling to find things to eat because I'm on this restricted sugar diet. So I decided, screw it. So I went from a weight loss journey to a body positivity journey. I'm embracing my fatness. I've accepted it. I'm going to love myself for the fat pig that I am. The other thing I realized is that I've told you before that recently I've been self-medicating with food. So I get very stressed or I get homicidal and I just chug some clearance Halloween candy and then I feel better. This is not something I did during the entire rest of my life. When I would get stressed, I wouldn't eat. I was not a stress eater. But lately, that's how I deal with stress. Some people drink or do drugs. For me, it's Halloween candy. That's my vice. So on the restricted sugar diet, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what? Oh, I'm stressed. I'll have a lollipop? No. Next stop, clearance Christmas candy. Is that even a thing? What is that? Candy canes? Here's the thing, guys. I don't like candy. Now, I know I said I eat a lot of Halloween candy. But in my mind, when you say candy, that means Twizzlers, it means candy canes, it means gummies. I like stuff like chocolate bars. You know what I mean? I prefer some fat with my sugar. Like, give me a Twinkie over a lollipop. Chocolate is candy. Well, this is the thing, man. It depends on your definition. Right?
Andrew, as much credit as I will give him, is the first person to say that he's probably improved since then, but everybody is constantly throwing that clip at me. So I have broken my body, my face, my ego, everything to improve from that clip, and I stay active. This year alone, I fought 10 times, and I think that is going to play a huge advantage to me, because he might be experienced with all of his fights, but experienced how many decades ago? I don't think that in 3 months of a training camp, he is going to be able to be the same 28, 29-year-old Andrew Tate that he was. So he is top G, but I want to see how top G is, and I will be testing that on December 20th.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I could have gone down to Tijuana and fought some cans. I didn't. I mean, I could have, without disrespect. I could have very easily gone to Tijuana and fought 5 times in a day and smoked them all.
And well, you did that on your YouTube video.
Which YouTube video?
The one where you fought 30 dudes that paid to come fight you.
Well, that wasn't training for a fight. That was something else. I mean, we're talking about professional records here, right? And I'm saying that I understand you've been active, and you're right. I haven't had a professional fight in quite a few years. What you're saying is factually correct. The reason I'm not intimidated by it is because you're fighting people in Mexico who are paid to lose. But it's still good experience for you. I mean, you're a new fighter. I don't consider you a YouTuber. I do consider you a fighter. I think you're an active fighter, and I think you take the sport seriously. I think you've dedicated yourself. I definitely think you've improved. I think you have a good training camp. I think you believe in yourself. I think you've taken this opportunity very, very seriously. And I've done absolutely the same thing. Yeah. And I think that on the night, my experience is going to play through. I've been in there so many times. I've dealt with all kinds of people.
Does anybody else miss Conor McGregor? I know it's fashionable to hate on him, but does anybody else miss him when you watch these press conferences nowadays? Look at his fingers. Whose? Tate or the other dude?
I understand that Chase has, he leaves his left hand out and he lines up the big right and he moves backwards, and he's been doing the same thing in sparring in LA. And I understand that I could easily walk into a right hand. I know exactly how he's going to try and beat me.
Whose fingers? What's the problem here? What's the problem with the fingers? Oh, Tate is making a period symbol with his hands like in Freemasonry. Oh, interesting. Do you guys think Andrew Tate is a Freemason? Because some people say Freemason, people say CIA asset, people say Mossad agent. Which is it, dude? Who do you guys think is going to win? Let's put this up to a poll. All right. Actually, here, I got another poll. Let's start with this. Tell me this, first of all. Let's start with that. Connor is at Temu SK. That's true. That's true. But that's still a compliment. A Temu version of me is still a world beater. You know what I'm saying? Wow, it's almost 50-50. It's almost 50-50, dudes. Half you guys are not interested in this. Me personally, I don't know if I would watch this if I didn't have a channel making fun of influencer fights. You know what I mean? Where is it going to be streamed? Isn't all this Misfits crap on DAZN? DAZN? Live on DAZN? Okay, so half of you aren't even gonna watch this, dude. Look at Chase highlights. Okay, let's do that. Chase DEMOOR. Is he a Frenchman? Now, showing fighting highlights will probably get this stream demonetized. Oh, it's so violent. Wow, wow. But let's show like naked bitches and have all sorts of AI scams on YouTube. But oh no, watch somebody punch somebody. All of a sudden, demonetized. Okay, I don't see any highlights of multiple fights. Just highlights of a fight. Okay, let's watch this one.
With Roman Fury bowing out of the title fight, there was an opening for gold, and Alberta's Viking warrior, Tank Tolman, answered the ringside for this heavyweight title fight. Ben Davis, Riley Osborne, and Mans Taylor. Tolman connecting on the inside, but looking a little bit slow in there against the champ.
Have a Chase.
Chase DEMOOR, a lot of length and size on Tank Tolman. Tolman getting eaten up in the pocket a little bit. The champion clinches.
Champ applause. Nice little combo. Nice little combo.
Sets Chase DEMOOR down. The Viking connected the hammer to the chin, Riley.
Chase pops right back up quickly, but that was a huge right hand that sat him clean down.
The Mans Taylor curse. Well, let's see how the champion responds. Another right. Tolman. Now DEMOOR and Tolman firing away inside the pocket.
Talk about a confidence boost for Tolman, but Chase is very much in there. He has the determination to stay in. He's not going to let that knock his confidence too much.
Each round can be very, very influential on the scorecard.
The champion delivers a knockdown to Tank Tolman. The Viking fights himself.
Looks a little bit worse for wear.
He's much taller than him, so it can be elusive, whereas the body's right there for him.
Nice work from DEMOOR. Another right hand.
Oh my god. Like, okay, he knocked the guy down once, but that jab is awful, dude. It's like this. If it wasn't for his size, the dude would be washing cars for a living. Are you guys, dude? Just look at how he throws his jab. It's like this fast. Did that even connect? Was this guy paid to go down? Watch that punch.
Nice work from DEMOOR. Another right hand connects.
It looked like he was going down before he even got hit.
Nice work from DEMOOR. Another right hand connects.
That's this next one. Watch. We're going to go frame by frame using the most advanced video technology available to mankind. Watch this. He's already going down. He's already going down. Dude, he threw that. He threw that fight. It connected, but he was already falling down. And no, he wasn't falling down from a previous punch. Okay, let me back up a little more here.
Elusive, whereas the body's right there for him. Nice work from DEMOOR. Another right hand connects.
Yeah, he was already falling. He was already falling, dude. He threw that fight. Nobody fools the king. Exactly, because I have the most advanced video technology available to mankind. Yeah, so this guy's terrible. Now, Andrew Tate, I don't know. He's almost 40. Still, I'd say he wins. And I don't think they would rig it for Tate to lose, because that wouldn't help Misfits. He just came in. He's the new CEO. I don't think it'd be a good look if he took a dive. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's put this up to a poll. Let's put this up to a poll, dude. So more than half of you are saying you will not watch this fight. I will probably watch it so that I can make a video about it that'll get 7,000 views and earn me $6. I'll probably watch it so I can make a video about it that gets 1,000 views and earns me 50 cents. But otherwise, I don't know if I'd watch it either, dude, if I'm to be honest with you. Even if you're not going to watch it, what's your prediction? You guys remember I made a video about Logan and Jake fighting Andrew Tate and Tristan? Yo, I've been on Kiss concert in 2018. They still sound good. They put on a great show, man. They get a lot of hate, but they put on a good show. When are you going to realize, SK, you're not here for the money? Yeah, right now, because I'm not making any. Dude, if I was just here for the money, I would have quit this channel 2 months ago, maybe. But I will say, I'm really losing motivation to make the videos because the amount of hours that go into it compared to how much a video makes when it gets 10,000 views is not worth it. I would make more money at any fast food restaurant, the same amount of hours. So I don't know how much longer I can hang in there and make those videos, dude. In this economy, you can't be wasting time, baby. You can't be spending a couple days planning a video, filming it, editing, spending 2 hours making multiple versions of a thumbnail, uploading the description, and make $4. That's retarded, dude. That's not being greedy or being all about the money. It's about survival, dude. Have you seen how expensive things are? Holy crap, dude. It's a matter of survival, dude. If the thing you're spending tons of time on doesn't make you any money, you can say, oh, don't be about the money. Okay, then I'll be homeless. It'll be hard uploading videos. Just put the fries in the bag. How about I put the cock in the bungus, you little bitch? Don't talk to me that way. wish I would do that, you little gaylord. Do call center work while you stream. Oh my god, dude. You just gave me the best idea for a streaming channel. How funny would that be? Alright, so most of you think Andrew Tate will win. Alright guys, we're gonna stop the stream here and head over to Kick so we can be uncensored. Alright? So that when somebody tells me to put the fries in the bag, I can say what I really want to say. Alright, the Kick channel is Sewer King. Wait. Buy an apple pie for my bungus. I don't even know what that means, but thanks for the 2 sewer bucks, dude. Dude, remember when apple pies at McDonald's were 2 for $1? Now it's like $4, dude. And you know what's crazy about my last video is that it was a Nina drama video. And those always, historically, have done smashingly well. And it's the biggest bomb in the history of this channel, relative to how many subscribers I have. I've never had a video that only got a 10th amount of views compared to my subs. That is literally the worst video I've put out ever, relative to subs. Alright, so guys, listen. Let me tell you about Kick, okay? The Kick channel is at kick.com/Sewer King. Or if you've installed the app on your phone, just search for Sewer King, all one word. If you do 2 separate words, apparently I don't come up. Marab got hit with the Nina curse. He did. Let's discuss that. Let's discuss that on the Kick stream, okay? Guys, head over to Kick. We can be uncensored. We can have some fun. YouTube is gay. YouTube is... Well, let's not get this channel deleted again. Head on over to Kick. Give me a couple minutes because I gotta shut this down and start up the stream over there. Why do you sound bored? Guys, Duanels sent 70 ZAR. Thank you so much for your support, dude. I appreciate the sewer bucks. And I think that's South African money, right? Let's double check. So today we've got North Korean money and I think South African rand. The ZAR. Why does it start with a Z though? There's no Z in South African rand. That's odd. Alright guys, head over to Kick and try to jazz up the chat over there, okay? Alright, I'll see you over on Kick later, dude.